friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is John Choi and I'm the leadership coach. In my channel, I aim to provide you with the frameworks and the strategies to help you lead yourselves and your teams to victory. In this video, I'll be showing 5 key tactics to help you develop your ideal remote team so that it grows and scales with your business. Feel free to use the timestamps if you want to jump around in the video, but the 5 key tactics I'll be sharing today is start with why, set the culture, RACI, debriefs, and the playbook. So remote working and virtual assistants really isn't a new thing. With platforms like Fiverr and Upwork and technology improving and people wanting more flexible lifestyles, there are more clients and more consultants available on these platforms than ever. In addition to this, Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, has really popularized the concept of focusing on the 80-20, the most important tasks, and then delegating the rest to VAs while you sleep. So when you wake up, all those other tasks are done, and then you can focus on the next priority. Now, an interesting trend that has come out of 4-Hour Workweek, and also people becoming digital nomads and utilizing VAs, is that using VAs mainly seems like giving them orders and very random pieces of work to complete. Now, I really disagree with this because I think the best way to utilize remote workers and global teams is to teach them what you know and empower them to be autonomous and to also think critically, because that's the only way that your business is going to scale, move forward, and beat your competitors. At the end of the day, we can't forget that remote workers, VAs, are also people with dreams as well. So the better that you equip them, the more chances they have for staying on your team and also working with you in the longer term. So the first tactic is start with why. Coined by Simon Sinek, he states that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Start with why is a great exercise for business owners because it gets them thinking about why their business or organization exists and what it does for people. And in turn, you can think about the core skills and mindsets which are required from your staff. So when you're looking for people on these platforms such as Fiverr and Upwork, you can filter through much more easily when you're going through candidate profiles, what is truly important for a star candidate for your team. So tactic number 2 is setting the culture. And setting the culture doesn't happen from the day that your employee is onboarded, but rather from the very moment that you engage with them on the job platforms. So if your team culture is customer first, teamwork second, and problem solving third, then these 3 things need to be apparent when you're doing your job post. In your job post, it should be very clear at the top that these things are important to you. And if a candidate doesn't have these traits, that they shouldn't be applying for your job. The benefit of this is that you'll be attracting like-minded individuals to join your team and also saving you time as well. With your values and culture, you can also be shaping questions around these as well. If you really value problem solving, perhaps you'd like to put some market sizing questions into your interviews to really test how your candidate deals with the uncertainty and ambiguity and how they think on their feet as well. By tailoring your interview questions in your video calls, this is where you can really avoid a lot of the pain that will come further down the track if you didn't vet your candidates properly and you were just taking any candidate who had experience with administrative duties or just taking orders. Now, the third tactic is to do with teamwork, and it's called the RACI framework. The RACI framework stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. It makes it really clear which team member should be doing what and how they should be communicating information as well when a given task comes in. The RACI framework is particularly effective because it prevents overlap in responsibilities and it makes it super clear for who is doing what at each step as well. If something is really business critical, it's clear who should be receiving the task, who is working on it, who is reviewing it, and then who is signing off on that task as well. To fill in your RACI framework, all you need is a spreadsheet and to fill in RACI vertically and then the tasks horizontally. From here, you have a matrix. So for any given process or step, you can fill in responsible, the person who is doing the work, accountable, the person who is ultimately responsible for the outcome being delivered, consulted, any person who needs to be brought in on the process to advise or to provide some sort of counsel or information, and informed, who is do you need to inform anyone if you're making a decision or doing something? So I really recommend Racy and hope that it works for your team as well. Tactic number 4 is playbooks. Playbooks are documents of how important things in your business are done. Playbooks allow your team members to combine their knowledge and most up-to-date process on these documents. So whenever something can be done a better way, or whenever something has changed, your team can refer back to this playbook and understand how it's done now. In Ray Dalio's book, Principles, he talks about how he scaled his equity business, especially in the early days when he had less staff. And one of the ways he did this was through the playbook as well. In a complex trading environment, there are so many things that you need to do. And whenever there was an error or an improvement, his team would log this improvement down and they would be able to update their playbook so that everyone understood what was the mistake, why was it made, and how they can avoid the mistake going forward. Playbooks allow a team to continue scaling and also open the opportunity for business automation as well. If there are things that are very repetitive and time consuming, perhaps they can be sped up by automation through spreadsheets or writing scripts, and this will free up the time of your team members to focus on more strategic tasks and help you save money as well. Tactic number 5 is debriefs. So once you've got your team on the same page and they are working as a team, playing as a team, doing the work together, it's extremely important to be debriefing as a team as well. So debriefs should take place once a week. It should be an hour. The structure of debriefs should focus on what we did well, which is the wins for the week, and perhaps shout outs or encouragement that we would like to provide to our other team members. This should be followed up by what could we improve on, which is a reflection of the errors or mistakes that we might have made for a particular week, and reflecting on why these were made and how we can avoid them going forward. And we can also refer to our playbook as well and check whether our documentation is up to date and whether our best practices are reflected. An important thing to note is that debriefs can be fun as well. Debriefs can be an opportunity for your teams to build rapport and to get to know each other better as well. One of the fun things that I've done with my teams is to ask each of the team members on a rotating basis to play an introductory song. So at the beginning of the meeting, one team member will play their favorite song of choice, and bonus points if that song is part of their culture as well. Being a multicultural and diverse global team, we want to really champion our diversity and what makes us us. So if that particular song is from their culture, I'm even more interested, and it gives an opportunity for them to showcase their culture to the rest of the team. Another key piece of debriefs is ensuring that cameras are on. Cameras on just for an hour once a week means that everyone is purely engaged in the moment, in the present with each other, and we're able to reflect on our wins and opportunities for improvement as well. So it makes sure that no one is vacuuming, cooking, or doing other things whilst our important meeting is on. So to recap, the 5 key tactics are about really knowing your business, being clear on your purpose, and finding people who match this purpose, and then organizing the responsibilities and work effectively. Instead of hiring people to just be order takers and waiting idly for you to email them, empower them so they can have the proper autonomy to be doing the things that matter for your business, even when you're not there. If this video helped you, please like the video, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. I talk about the books that I'm currently reading and also share bonus leadership frameworks every day. Otherwise, catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.